This has been a glow up for real. Out of all of them, this one has probably been the most dramatic change out of all of my habits. This one has changed my life the most. Hey guys, and welcome to Live Your Bliss, where we learn to manifest the life of our desires. And on this channel, we talk all about law of attraction and ways to live the best life that you can possibly live. So if that's something you think you'll want to watch, make sure you subscribe to this channel. And if you get any information that you can use in this video, make sure you press that like button, leave a couple of comments down there. I love when you interact with me. And the more comments and likes that I get, the more YouTube knows that you're enjoying my videos, and they will keep suggesting them to people. And everybody deserves to know how to live the best life that they can possibly live. So recently I made a video all about how to form new habits. If you haven't checked out that video already, make sure you do. I will make sure I link it in here, so check that out after this video is over. But in this video, I wanted to focus more on the habit that has had the biggest impact in my life so far. There's a few habits more than others that have really helped to change my life for the better, and I want to go over those with you. Maybe a couple of these habits will resonate with you and you'll be able to start some too. When it comes to changing your life, you only need those small habits to eventually equal that big change that we're all looking for. So to start making big changes in your life, you need to start making small changes to the habits, the bad habits that you have right now, and start fixing those. The more you start fixing those small bad habits and making small little tweaks to your life, the more improvement you have. So this video is all focused on those small habits that I put in place in my life that's had the biggest impact on my life so far, and that I'm still practicing to this day. And like I said, if you're needing more pointers on how to form better habits, make sure you check out my other video. Now let's go ahead and jump into the habits that changed my life. So my first life-changing habit, which probably isn't going to be a surprise to most of you guys, is journaling. Obviously, journaling is a habit that is probably considered my favorite one. It's one that I've stuck to. It's the one that I've been the most consistent with, and it's the one that has changed my life the most. Journaling is literally my go-to when I'm upset, when I'm happy, when I got things on my mind, when I'm planning out something, when I'm trying to manifest something. Journaling is usually the first thing that I turn to. If I don't have someone to talk to, even when I usually have someone to talk to, I will still go journal about it. It's literally like a free therapy session for me. And till this day, I have not found anything that's more effective for me than journaling. In multiple parts of my life, journaling is very effective. It's effective with me manifesting. It's effective with me releasing any resistance or negative emotions. It's effective with me knowing exactly what I want in my future, and also assessing exactly where I am right now in the present. I mean, I could go on forever and ever. If you want more information on journaling or scripting or manifesting with journaling, I have tons of videos. I will make sure I link a playlist in here so you guys can go check that out as well. But because of creating a journaling habit, I know how to process my thoughts better. I'm not as quick to react. I know that sounds crazy, but journaling is a way of keeping you present, and being present is a way of avoiding stress or anxiousness. Video coming up soon all about that. But journaling is still my number one habit till this day. I still practice journaling every single day. That is a habit that I have not quite dropped yet, and I don't see it going anywhere anytime soon. So my second life-changing habit has been reading. Reading on a regular basis has definitely been something that has changed my life for the better. I used to like to read when I was in school. And then when I grew up and got out of school, I stopped reading as much, I guess, because it wasn't needed as much. Nobody was actually telling me to read, so I wasn't choosing to. So I recently just started, probably about a year and a half, almost 2 years, started a habit of reading more regularly. I try to read a new book every 1 to 2 weeks or so. And typically I like to read self-help books, nothing against like a good romance novel or anything, but me personally, I do prefer to learn from the books that I am reading. So I do tend to read self-help books more than anything else. And I like to learn, period. I'm the type of person that is always questioning something, always wanting to learn. And I did find myself going to social media a lot. You go to YouTube, you go to Google, you go to Facebook, Instagram, and you can find all the answers you needed. I started using reading to replace my social media intake, and that has definitely been life-changing for me. Just having the delayed gratification of not having everything so accessible to me all the time at my fingertips, which is what social media has. Reading more has been really building habits more has really gotten me used to delayed gratification. And if you don't know what delayed gratification is, that's doing something right now that's not gonna you're not gonna see the effects of until later on in your life. So with any type of habits you're building, you are working on delayed gratification, and really being on social media constantly, always on YouTube and scrolling, that gets you really used to getting everything instantly, and it can really mess with your patience in your day-to-day life, and you find yourself being really impatient and wanting things on your day-to-day basis outside of social media. You want things quick like it is on social media, and we really don't realize how much that affects us. So yeah, I'm supposed to be talking about reading, not my habit of quitting social media, but reading is what helped me quit my habit of being on social media as much. And that is why really this habit has been so life-changing for me. And then outside of that, the obvious benefits of reading: increasing my vocabulary. I've learned so much more from reading than I can in a 5-minute YouTube video, So definitely reading is at the top of the list of habits that have changed my life. And I still read quite a bit. There's some of my books right there. So, life-changing habit number 3, morning routines. I am going to be making a video real soon of my morning routine, so you guys can know what I do in the morning to get my day started on the right track. But morning routines has been extremely life-changing for me. I started a morning routine during quarantine, and honestly, I wish I would have started one way sooner. Before I had a morning routine, my mornings were hectic and crazy. I was usually running late because I woke up late, so I'm running around trying to get myself ready, trying to get the kids ready. We always leave and forget something, and it was always just so hectic and so crazy in the mornings. And a crazy morning does nothing but lead you into a crazy and hectic day. Starting a morning routine helped me to get control of my day and start my day on the tone that I choose to start it on, not what I just rolled out of bed and it ended up being. And so having a morning routine that actually consists of a few habits that are all put together that I do in the morning. And one of the biggest parts of having a morning routine, the first biggest habit of that, is waking up earlier, which was one of my biggest battles. And waking up earlier, that's just going to give you a little bit more time to be able to focus on you, to not have to rush and be able to take your time and start your morning at more of a relaxed pace. If you are not waking up earlier, if you're just rushing out of bed and rushing to work or getting straight on your phone, getting to social media or whatever, I would really advise you to, try waking up 30 minutes earlier and then an hour earlier, just see how you do. Another part of the morning routine is I try to drink a bottle of water as soon as I wake up. That has been a habit that was tough for me. I was not a big water drinker, and I'm still working on that. That is still a daily battle to keep that habit instilled, but that is part of my morning routine. It is so important to stay hydrated for so many different reasons, and so I try to make that part of, as soon as I roll out of bed, I usually have a bottle of water laying right next to me, and I go ahead and chug that before I even get out of the bed. I journal, of course, in the morning. That's a part of my morning routine. I check my planner and plan out and write out my to-do list for the day, so I can know really what my day consists of and what is going to be needed from me today. Really importantly, a part of my morning routine, I take out time to read out my goals every morning, whether they be short-term or long-term goals, just to remind myself what I'm working towards and what my end goal, what I want that to be, why I'm doing this, why am I up so early in the morning, why am I working every day. I need to remind myself of that. So every morning I read out my goals to myself, and then also, most importantly, I write out things that I am grateful for. I've already made a video. If you haven't seen that, check it out, but the importance of gratitude. So I'll make sure I start my day on gratitude, thinking about the things that I am grateful for. Again, to start my day on the right tone. And what better way to start it than with gratitude? Also, I try to do some yoga or working out, whichever one I'm really feeling like doing, but I try to do something to get my body moving. I do sit at a desk majority of the day when I'm working, so I don't move around as much as I would like to. So I try to get some movement in the morning before I get my day started, before I'm going to my desk to go sit for majority of the day. That's really important to me, and that's a habit that, again, was not the easiest for me to instill. I was very out of shape and lazy, to say the least, before I started making myself work out more and started doing yoga. So that has also been something great to add to my morning routine. And I do most of these things most mornings. I mean, I am human. Some days I do sleep in if I don't have anything to do that day. Weekends, I try to let myself relax a little bit and stay in bed a little bit. But I do try to keep myself on it and do all of these, if not majority of these things, every single morning to keep myself on top of the habits that I want to make sure I keep. Having a morning routine filled with, the little habits that you're trying to form is a great way to be able to focus on those habits at a time when everybody else in the house is asleep and you have a little time by yourself. Having a morning routine is a great way to start your day the way you want it to start, and giving yourself more control of your day and your life, really. I've watched tons of YouTube videos, read tons of books about morning routines and successful people and their morning routines. So go check out some of them if you want to get some ideas on what to do for your morning routine, and be looking out for my video. It's coming soon. I'm getting it together. So number 4, my fourth life-changing habit, and baby, this one is my money habits. My money habits. It was a struggle, y'all. Before I start putting in new money habits and actually started forming new money habits, it was a struggle. This has been a glow up for real. Out of all of them, this one has probably been the most dramatic change out of all of my habits. This one has changed my life the most. Me building and forming money habits. I have a habit now of tracking all of my spending. I create a monthly budget every month before I go into the new month. I have 2 savings accounts and they both have money in them. These habits were not easy for me. Tracking my spending, before I formed that habit, I would just spend money until all of a sudden I got an alert that I was overdrafted and I had no idea where all my money went, like where I spent it at. I got so tired of that. I got so tired of not having control of where my money was going or knowing where it was going. So now I still have the habit of tracking my spending. Everything that goes out, everything that comes in, I write it down. I have a budget journal just strictly for my money, and I keep up with my money, every single penny. I have a budget that I have, like I said, I plan it out every single month, so I know exactly where my money is going. I know where bills are coming up. I make sure all of my bills are written out on my calendar back there so I can see them constantly, and I know what's coming up and what's needing to be paid. All of those are new money habits that I did not have in place before, and I have been forming those and still am forming them as we speak. I knew that if I was wanting to create wealth in my life, then I had to get my money under control, and there's no way around that. I know tracking your spending and stuff like that really just sounds like something like you do not want to do that. But it's something that's needed. You need to know where your money is going, guys. You really do. At this point, I'm so used to tracking my spending now. It is a habit, and that's the point of forming new habits, is though so that it can start getting automatic for you. So now I just go to my journal and automatically write what I spent down. I don't even really think about it anymore. It's just a habit to go do it. So that I'm so happy that I formed those habits. Changing my money habits, tracking my spending, setting up my savings accounts. I have my savings accounts set up on automatic, so every time I get paid, a certain amount goes into each account and I don't touch those. Doing all of this has helped me to know where I was spending the most, helped me to know where I needed to cut back, helped me to start building up a nest egg, an emergency fund, so I wouldn't go through any issues that I've had in the past with money or paying bills or anything like that. Improving my money habits, guys, has been more than life-changing for me. I can't even explain the amount of change that has had for me, and I will keep tracking my money until I'm making enough money to pay somebody else to track it for me. All right, guys, those are my 4 habits, the ones that have been most life-changing for me. I hope you guys got a habit or 2 that maybe you would like to instill into your life so they can make changes in your life as well, like they did for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like this video. Let me know down in the comments some habits that you've instilled in your life that has changed your life. Guys, I appreciate you so much for being here, so much for coming back. If you haven't already, go check out my social media. I post on there daily to make sure you have everything you need to live the best life that you possibly can. Subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you like the channel. Guys, I hope you are living the best life that you can possibly live. And most importantly, I hope you're living your bliss.